Hello my darlings, welcome back to a new vlog. I landed back home from New York about 5 hours ago. Wasn't actually planning on vlogging today, but it's such a lovely day and I just cannot wait to show you the garden. It has grown on so much in the 4 days that I have been away. I have missed a mega heat wave, but I feel like it's beyond a joke at this point. Anytime I leave the country, the UK has its best weather. Sensitive subject. Let's move on. I can't complain, we had amazing weather in New York as well. But landed this morning and actually went straight for lunch with some friends at the Fox at Oddington, one of our favourite pubs. And so I've literally only just got back home, went straight to the greenhouse to do some watering. The alliums are out, the grasses are flowering in the herbaceous border, my pumpkins have come up in the greenhouse, it's all go. It is today the 2nd of May and I would say May is actually my favourite month here in the Cotswolds because we actually, I think this is quite common across the countryside, but we also do No Mow May, which is when all the local farmers and anyone else that would ever mow the hedgerows and the side verges on the roads, they don't mow it so that the wildflowers can grow, it can get a little bit wild and wonderful, and that's to help with biodiversity and all the little insects that will then pollinate the fields. But a side benefit is that it looks absolutely beautiful. I'll pop in a little clip here of us driving down the lanes. You can see all the cow parsley just looking so lovely. It's about 22 degrees today, which is absolutely gorgeous. So I plan on having a little nap in the sunshine. Did you miss your mummy? Did you miss your mummy? Mummy missed you. How are your teeth now, baby? So first of all, a wisteria update. Nearly every single bud is now in bloom. We can see some of the green starting to come up as well, some of the leaves. Some wisteria does leaf then flower, and some does flower then leaf. Ours is the latter. The viburnum bush is looking absolutely gorgeous, and you can just see some of the alliums are starting. Some of them are ready to burst. And some of them down by my greenhouse are fully flowering. Also the grasses in our herbaceous border are starting to flower. This one looks so beautiful. I remembered the name last year, but it's completely exited my brain. I'll blame the jet lag for today. I love this. This is actually a tub of hydrangea in the middle, but we've just got this wild and wonderful erigeron growing at the base. Even when the hydrangea grows up and blooms, this will still flower. This will flower all summer long. It's so beautiful. Here outside the greenhouse, the alliums are really shooting through. The roses are about to burst. Purple tulips looking lovely. And I've just given everything a big water in here, but very exciting. My pumpkins are on their way. Charlie's been sunbathing. Got a good bit of colour, darling. And it truly looks as though every single plant in the herbaceous border has tripled in size in 3 or 4 days. All the penstemon, the lupins. I think it's going to be a good year for the herbaceous border. We've got a glass of water and half a slice of carrot and walnut cake, and we're just going to sit and enjoy the sunshine. Luckily, we'd finished eating, but we turn our backs for 12 seconds.
We've got a polar bear on the table.
And there's a fluff bud. Oh, I come in for seconds.
Needs to be allowed some now.
Oh my
You're a little fat piggy.
gosh.
You're a little fat piggy.
These animals. I had a lovely nap in the sunshine. I actually think I might have caught some sun on my arms, although I don't know if this was yesterday cycling down to Central Park. That honestly feels like this morning because I slept on the airplane, but it felt more like a nap. It feels like Em and I had that really fun day today. I don't know how I'm gonna last this evening, but just had a lovely nap in the sunshine, and I feel great now that I've showered. So much better. I've popped on this dress, which you might have seen in the last video. Lovely high street dress, which I've elevated with my very affordable belt. And tonight we are taking lovely Martin, who you guys may recall, he helps us here in the garden, mows the lawns, also just lovely friend and neighbour. He now has a puppy dog as well called Bonnie, and it's Martin's birthday today, so we're taking him and some of his pals out to dinner at a place called 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 at Toddenham Manor Farm, which is really close to where we live. And it's I think I've taken you to Toddenham Manor Farm Shop before. It's a working farm, beautiful views. It's where years ago there used to be Scenic Supper when they had the little glass houses out on the field. But they've now got a restaurant there called 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, and I have heard really good things about it from a few friends that have been already. And I think what they've done so far is a bit of a soft launch and like Sunday roast and things like that. But tonight they're having a little bit of a launch party to kind of kick off the summer season. They've just shared some teasers on their Instagram of things like burgers and just like the most delicious looking food. So I think it's going to be a really nice evening, especially in this sunshine. I'm waiting for Charlie to finish pampering, and my tulips have been in water after I snipped them. The good thing about my Smith & Munson flower subscription is that you can pause it. So these were meant to arrive the day that I flew to New York, but I delayed it for a few days so that they arrived today, which is perfect. This colour, stunning. Absolutely beautiful, and you can bet tomorrow morning they'll have opened up and be tulips in full bloom. Good morning, my darlings. It's Saturday morning. What a beautiful morning to come back to. I had a little bit of a lie-in today, woke up at 8 AM, and even then Charlie had to drag me out of bed, so I think I have officially caught up on my sleep from New York. Last night was incredible, absolutely incredible. The food was just so delicious, cooked over charcoal. Chris, who, okay, anyone that's local, Chris has previously been a chef at the Howard Arms and now is doing 𝑭𝒅 at Toddenham Manor, and he's an incredibly talented chef, really loves local seasonal produce, which are two words that I love to hear when it comes to menu planning. Everything was just done to such a high level, and the setting, those views, honestly, I would go and eat well, I don't know if I'd go and eat a McDonald's there, but I would go and eat even just a picnic there, because those views are just 10 out of 10. Rolling Cotswolds hills, glimmering in the golden hour sunshine. It was a beautiful evening, and I think Martin had a lovely time for his birthday. So that was last night. Also, one of our friends that we saw there, he had previously been to Toddenham Manor for a Sunday roast, and he said it was the best Sunday roast he's ever had. I will say he's never had a Charlie Irons Sunday roast, but wow, that's an accolade. So I think we'll definitely be going there. I'm letting my hair dry naturally this morning after a nice, but actually quite sweaty yoga in the gym, because it gets so warm in there if you have a slightly later in the morning workout, because the sun comes in and yet you're in almost like a box, so it really does get roasting in there. So I almost did my own version of the New York Y7 yoga, which you'll have heard me talking about possibly if you watched to the end of the last vlog. Anyway, got a geranium here in front of me, and there are two reasons why I've got a geranium here. Number one is because I've mentioned before, when I make boiled eggs, the water that you cook your eggs in, obviously the eggs stay in the shell, that water is full of minerals. So when you make your boiled eggs, keep that water, and once it's cooled down, I pop it in a watering can and water my houseplants, and it just helps them to bloom. And I feel like houseplants do need a little bit of extra goodness, because obviously they're inside. I have taken a few outside to get a bit of sunshine, but that is just a free fertilizer for your geraniums. The second and far more exciting reason that I've got a geranium here is because I am so thrilled to share one of the incredible things that I'm going to be doing over the week of the Chelsea Flower Show, which runs from the 19th to the 24th of May. And it is in collaboration with Daylesford and Bamford. I'm so thrilled to be partnering with them to host a geranium themed morning at their beautiful Pimlico store and cafe boutique. So this is where I would love to invite some of you to join me. It is a paid for ticketed event, and there are limited numbers, so if you would like to join me, pause the video. There will be a link in the description box down below. I'll leave it right at the very top, and the geranium brunch and workshop will take place on the 21st of May from 9:30 until around 12:30. So at the beautiful Daylesford in Pimlico, we are going to be having a geranium themed brunch together. Anytime I've hosted anything like this before, one of my favorite things is obviously meeting you guys, but also seeing how well you all get along with each other. Most people do come by themselves, but sometimes people come with their mum or a sister or a friend, so, or husband. It's completely up to you, but what I will say is I have no doubt that the room will be filled with so many lovely like-minded people that all love very similar things. We can all chat about gardening and flowers and just have a really lovely wholesome chat. That's what I'm really looking forward to. And then what I would love to do is take you guys through a geranium floral workshop. And what we're going to do is, in Daylesford you can get these beautiful baskets, and we're going to pot some geraniums into the baskets so that you have got a fantastic geranium centerpiece to take home with you. And also you will be leaving with a Daylesford and Bamford goodie bag, which is just going to be filled with a few of my favorite pieces. If you've got any questions about the event, then please let me know down below. As I said, 21st of May from 9:30 until 12:30, a geranium themed brunch and floral activity, as well as amongst ourselves we'll be sharing lots of gardening tips and just having fantastic chats. So if you'd like to join me, then I will leave the tickets linked down below. Obviously that week is Chelsea Flower Show, so if you are planning on going on that day, on the 21st, then this would be a lovely thing to do beforehand. At the time I'm filming this, I believe that there are still tickets for the flower show available that day. I don't think you even have to be an RHS member that day, so it would be a perfect treat thing to do either by yourself or with a friend or loved one. Come to the brunch and then go to the flower show. There is also going to be a Daylesford stall there, so it's just going to be a really, really gorgeous morning, and I can't wait to meet lots of you there. That noise is my washing machine finishing, so I'm making the most of this sunny weather. I'm doing loads of washing this morning. Haven't done the washing yet from our Geneva trip, obviously New York trip, and Charlie's been so busy while I've been away that he's not done any. And actually, not gonna lie, doing the washing is my favorite chore. I know that's really sad, but of all the chores, doing the clothes washing is my favorite. My least favorite is taking the bins out. I know I've mentioned this before, my hierarchy of chores, but there we go. So let's sort out the washing. And then, okay, today our village is just the most wholesome place, and we have got History Day in our village today. So local members of the church parish in particular, they've found loads of historical information about our village church, which I think today, the church is all like around this week, because obviously there wasn't like an exact day, but this month or week marks the 900th year of our church, which is like, can you even imagine? Henry VIII, back when they were riding on horseback and literally chopping each other's heads off, that was in the 1500s. That was only 500 years ago. Our church is 900 years old. That's nearly like, I was about to say century, that's nearly a millennia ago. Blows my mind. One of the beams in this house is also 900 years old. I don't know which one, but I think it might be that one that runs across ways. Do you see? Anyway, I digress. We're gonna pop down to History Day shortly, but for now I'm gonna do the washing. Okay, my darlings, this is officially the most random collection of products for a little unboxing. Had a few deliveries while I was in New York. Let's start with the food. So I placed another order on this 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 website that have got really good quality ingredients and pantry staples, things like that. So pumpkin seeds was something that we needed more of for our seed mix. I thought I'd just give these a try, flaxseed chips. The only thing is obviously they arrive in the post. I think these are a little bit crumbled, but I'm sure they'll be delicious. This is fantastic for roast potatoes and chips and things. I think, not a great comparison, but years ago all McDonald's chips used to be made in beef tallow, so they actually used to be fairly healthy and nutritious, but obviously they're not made with beef tallow anymore, which is a shame. But if we make any chips here at the house, they'll be so delicious if I cook them in this and then air fry. And then speaking of air frying, I've always known that it would just be super convenient to have a spray, but normally when you find sprays in shops, they are full of just the weirdest ingredients and not very good quality olive oil. So I thought this one would be great. Obviously a brand that I trust, and this is cold pressed, organic, extra virgin olive oil from Italy. With olive oil, you want it to be as fresh as possible, so don't like leave this sitting in your cupboard. You want to make sure that you use it. And for air frying, a spray is just going to be super convenient. And I've honestly never seen a spray olive oil before that's good quality olive oil. So this is a game changer. And then a classic one as well. You always want to make sure your olive oil is in a dark bottle, cold pressed and organic, extra virgin. The keywords that you want to look out for, you always want it to be in a dark bottle, and you want it to be the olives to have been picked as recently as possible. Next, this lovely delivery from So Vital. So Vital were exceptionally generous when it came to our retreat, and they provided the girls with loads of goodies, from gardening tools to watering cans and things like that. and they've actually just launched fertilizers. And I love how these look. It's really kind of vintage looking branding. Again, if you watched the New York vlog and you saw Em and I going to the Butterfield market, it felt like a grocery store from like the 80s. And I feel like if we were to do an old school gardening shop version of that, you would find products like this in there. They make sure, again, just top quality, I don't know if you call it ingredients within a fertilizer, but this is suitable for organic gardening. This is a multi-purpose. I think, actually this doesn't, I don't know if this one says organics. This one's probably more for the flowers. But then we've got an organic fruit and veggie ultra concentrated liquid plant food, and another one here for tomato plants. And these are the granules. I have previously used chicken poo granules, which are actually full of goodness. Phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, nitrogen. I don't think these are chicken poo. They might be. It doesn't say that anywhere, although I'm not sure what kind of advertising that would be. But it tells you to sprinkle the granules over the soil from spring through to autumn. So I will start that this afternoon. And then finally, this was something that the girls got gifted at our retreat. Didn't manage to grab one for myself, but they very kindly sent me one as well. It's their cut flower elixir. So you shake the pipette into a vase containing the water that your flowers will drink, half a pipette per litre of water. So I'm going to pop some of this in with my tulips. How lovely. Very generous from So Vital, and they've also sent a box for Charlie, so maybe we'll have a little bit more fertilizer. I have, this is random, some knickers from Stripe and Stare. Again, they very kindly popped some bits in the goodie bags for the girls at the retreat, and I've got a few little stock up here. Just gone for really neutral colours. Switching to sustainable underwear made from trees using Cloud Soft Tencel, modal fibres renewably extracted from non-protected regenerated forests. I thought they were made from bamboo actually, but yeah, just more sustainable than obviously the kind of plasticky fibres you'd get in a lot of underwear. So yeah, neutral colours. I'm now very well stocked up on knickers, thank you, Stripe and Stare. And last but not least, I've got a little dress here, oopsie, from Rixo. I'm going to be careful not to put this on the table. Oh, it's not a dress, it's a skirt. I forgot, I thought I'd ordered a dress. This lovely detail at the top, so pretty. I'm going to give this a steam and then I'll show you a little bit later.
None of us got it.
We have found an old listing of our house here in some artefacts from the Shipston Museum. The Rectory Farm, that was the name of our house. The rent was £289 a year. A capital agricultural holding occupying an important position in the village, and has been the occupation of Charles Hughes, who was an agriculturist. A delightful old manor house of the Old English period. Found our house. So our house apparently used to have a walled kitchen garden and a capital cottage, a historic fish pool, farmyard well supplied with water laid on from the adjoining estate. An annual charge of £1 is paid. Piggeries and a poultry house. Gosh.
Catholic chapel. Dairy and cellar.
Not included in the sale.
No. And
this is the register of all the marriage services in this church. Of course, you'll find 16th of June 2023, Charles Martin Irons, Josephine Harriet Mary Fear, and our siblings that signed us away. Cute. Home again. That was really, really lovely. Obviously the church at the bottom of our garden is where we got married, and it's such a big part of village life, and it was lovely to see so many people from the village that have collected memorabilia. We found lots of information about our house as well. Back for lunch, and I'm making my favourite 𝑭𝒂𝒡 pasta, and I'm just going to collect some spinach. You can really clearly see how this one is a different variety to the others. This one I do have to chop the leaves up, but it's worth picking regularly. Look, these have actually already bolted because it was so hot while I was away, so I probably will have to pull these up actually. So I'll just take a few leaves. Spinach is so good for you, and people that ask what they should grow, I always say, well, what do you like to eat? That's always a good sign. So I'll give these leaves a little clean, and they'll be full of goodness, grown organically at home. Yum, yum, yum. And it's actually really good to feed any of your veggies after you pick them. And I'm going to do my first feed of the season, I'm going to do this afternoon, so this is good timing. When plants bolt like this one here has bolted, the leaves can taste a bit bitter, so I don't mind a few from a bolted plant, but making sure to get plenty. Okay, that'll do. Again, darlings, I've just taken out heatless curls that I've had in for a couple of hours. Haven't brushed them through yet, so excuse the largeness of my hair. I'm going to show you a few of the clothing things which arrived while I was away. I am seriously starting now to think about outfits for the Chelsea Flower Show, which honestly is my new fashion week. I used to get so excited to get dressed up for Fashion Week when I lived in London, probably towards the very beginning days of my YouTube channel. I used to work in the fashion industry, and when I worked in the fashion industry and I was like a marketing assistant at Mulberry and things like that, the fashion shows were such a big part of those businesses that when I started to get invited for as a guest, as a YouTuber or a blogger back then, I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. Whereas now, honestly, I don't actually give a hoot about Fashion Week anymore, how times have changed. But a week that I do get really excited for, and that for me it's even more important to look fabulous, it's at Chelsea Flower Show. And it's been really fun. I think it probably must have been about 7 years ago that I first ever went, maybe longer, maybe 10 years ago, that I first went to the Chelsea Flower Show. And I probably didn't get that dressed up. It wasn't particularly glamorous. It was quite, almost a little bit more of like a trade show with shopping stands. But over the years, particularly the last, well, to be honest, since 2020, I think it either got cancelled or postponed, because obviously May 2020 was not a great time. Let's say from 2022, 23 and 24, every year I notice it getting more glamorous, more fabulous, but in a really nice way. Not like a showy off way, and you can still go wearing the most casual outfit in the world and you'll be absolutely fine. And I love that everyone there is just, they're not there for fashion, but if you wear something fabulous then it's appreciated. So naturally I love to wear floral things. So I've been thinking about the outfits, and I want to show you some of the things that I have ordered with the flower show in mind. There's also, for me personally, so many events that I will be attending or hosting during the flower show, whether it's with beauty brands or fashion brands. I think I don't actually know if I did mention it yet on this YouTube channel, but I have been asked to be a judge again this year for Chelsea in Bloom, which is something that I'm so excited to do. It's an honour, and honestly, I do have slight imposter syndrome because the other judges, like one lady literally wrote the book on tulips, or they've been gardening for decades. But yeah, I feel very honoured to be asked to judge Chelsea in Bloom once again. So I've got to think of a fabulous outfit for that, but also practical, because boy oh boy, the step count that we do when we're marching through the streets of Chelsea, looking at all the flower displays, and also even just at the flower show, you do a lot of steps. Anyway, I'm getting out of breath because I'm getting excited. I placed a few orders. Ralph Lauren, I placed an order directly on their website, and then I've actually got some bits here from brands, which are gifts. I've got some lovely things here from M&M and a lovely brand called 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, which you'll have seen me wearing some of their pieces probably around winter time. They do beautiful long sleeve knitted dresses. So let me show you first of all what's in here from Ralph Lauren. So I chose this pair of sandals. As you know, I find that raffia is just so versatile. I think it goes with everything. I find it can really elevate an outfit, but without being too much, if you know what I mean. A little chunky block sandal like this is, in my opinion, perfect for Chelsea Flower Show because you're going to be walking a lot, but maybe you want a little bit of a height boost. I feel in dresses, I just feel better with a bit of a height boost. So I think these are going to be really comfy. I'll try them on with what I'm wearing now, although to be honest, I don't think I would wear them with shorts. I feel like you can get away with flat sandals with shorts, but you can see how they look. They're very leg elongating. Anything that doesn't have an ankle strap, this is a little tip by the way, anything that doesn't have an ankle strap will be very flattering and leg elongating because it almost gives the illusion that your foot is part of your leg. So really like those. These shorts, by the way, I will leave them linked down below. And I'll also leave a really affordable, very similar version, but these are from 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, which is a really lovely brand. And then the blouse is also from the high street, but I must say it does feel like quite a Ralph Lauren kind of look, even though it's all a lot more affordable. But initially the sandals feel very, very comfortable. I think we'll see their versatility now. I will try them on with all of these outfits. And the other accessory that I got from Ralph Lauren is this belt. I really hope I've got the right size. It looks like it potentially could actually be a little bit big for me because I intend on wearing it as a waist belt. I think I probably should have got extra small. Yeah, I think this is going to be too big. Darn it. Definitely too big. I don't even know if extra small will be the right size because that's like, you could fit an entire grapefruit. What a weird thing to say, but yeah, you could fit a grapefruit there. So I think I might need an extra small, maybe because you're meant to wear it on your hip, but I would prefer to wear it on my waist. So I really hope I can find this in a smaller size because I'll hold it up with these dresses and I think we'll be able to see just how versatile it is. Okay, I'm gonna get trying on these dresses, and everything that I feature in this little try on I will of course leave linked in the description box down below. Okay my darlings, here is the first outfit, or the first dress. I do have the Ralph Lauren sandals on with this and they look really lovely. This is one of those pieces which is so comfortable, it's knitted, it's stretchy. Love the silhouette. I think the high neck and then these ruffles on the sleeves is so beautiful, really effective. I'm actually wearing a bikini top, which potentially has not given me the best silhouette. I thought it was going to be warmer today and that I could do the gardening in a bikini top, but it's actually got a little bit chilly, which is a shame. But this I think is beautiful. It's a really lovely length, as you can see here, and you can see the footwear, really beautiful. Have I already got a bit of makeup on it? Oh gosh, I have. I've got lip balm on it. That's the problem when you have to put dresses like this over your head. Very annoying. But the silhouette is gorgeous, and I think with a jumper or a cardigan over the top as well, I could wear this as a knitted skirt in the cooler months as well. Event wise, as you guys might remember, and thank you by the way because it's sold out in a matter of minutes, I'm hosting an event with 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 in Selfridges the week before Chelsea Flower Show, and I think that this could be a really, really nice thing to wear for that. 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, their branding is very like pure, very radiant and lovely. And I feel like this could be a perfect option for that. Okay, you can see my bikini poking out a tiny bit, so I would have to be conscious what bra I wore with this because it's quite a low V. This is the beautiful 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 dress, and as you can see, the pattern is anemones, which are my absolute favourite flower. You can cinch it in a little bit more around the waist, or you can make it as loose as you want to. Great thing about the design of this is that it is a zip up at the back, which honestly just makes your life so much easier. It means that you're not going to get makeup on anything. And the design of this, the fabric, is just absolutely lovely. We've got this little ruffle detail on the sleeves, which is so pretty. This is honestly the perfect Chelsea Flower Show dress. Especially, I will probably wear this for press day, which is day one, the Monday. And it's just very elegant, really easy to throw on. It's not the kind of thing that you ever feel self-conscious in, worried about. Sometimes if I wear a dress that's a little bit tighter, I get really bloated when I eat, and I just feel a bit self-conscious about it sometimes, whereas the silhouette is always just absolutely gorgeous. Really nice lightweight fabric. So if it is a warm day, at the moment it's too soon to see the weather forecast, please. If it had been next week, it would have been perfect, sun and cloud every day, so fingers crossed. Lengthwise, again, just a really elegant length, very, very pretty. Something else you could pop a jumper on over the top and have as a lovely skirt. And once again, the Ralph Lauren sandals are perfect. So I think these will definitely be the shoes that I take with me for most of the days. I think I'm going Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, mornings and evenings, and lots of events in between. So realistically, I need at least 8 outfits with me. So that's why I'm really kind of searching at the moment. And of course, I have lots of things in my wardrobe already, so I'm gonna have so much fun putting together the outfits for the flower show. This is just absolutely gorgeous. I love a halter neck. I think it's, aside from a square neckline like my wedding dress, I think a halter is probably my favourite neckline. Is it weird to have a favourite neckline? I've got my favourite shawls and my favourite necklines. This is another beauty from 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. I actually am not too sure what this fabric is, but it's so lovely. It's got a weightiness to it. Yeah, again, we'll need to be really conscious as to what underwear I wear. You can see my little bikini top there. It's a long dress, really big, bold floral pattern. This will be super for one of the evening events. Evenings at the Chelsea Flower Show are really lovely. That is a big squirrel. I'm surprised 𝑑exy hasn't chased him. Oh my goodness. Our lilac tree is in bloom and the squirrels just love it. I don't think they eat it, maybe they just like the smell. Or maybe the shape of the tree is quite gnarly. Anyway, yeah, evenings at Chelsea Flower Show are really lovely, a little bit more relaxed, and often the stalls will have, you know, they'll be serving drinks, or you'll be invited to go for watch a talk or something. So people do get dressed up in the evenings, and this is where I pray that the weather is kind to us. We had an evening slot last Tuesday, and I took my mum as a birthday treat for her, and it was torrential. It was so torrential, which was such a shame because the Monday, the press day, had been the perfect day. Warm, blue skies, and then just like that, the rest of the show was a bit of a washout, which was tragic, but I pray that this year it'll be better. So we've got the big floral pattern, the beautiful pleats, and lovely length. Oops, I've now put on my shoes. I would say Chelsea Flower Show, the footwear is more about comfort, but if you do want to elevate yourself and need it because of your height like me, then I do think a pair of shoes like this is going to be perfect. So the shoes are definitely a keeper. This dress, it is so lovely. Yeah, definitely another fabulous option for Flower Show week. Okay, the camera seems to have gone a bit pink. Sometimes I think it finds the most dominant colour and then tries to balance. I don't know, but actually, to be fair, the colour of the dress is quite true from what you're seeing there. So would you call this a chambray? I think when it's a light denim, I believe it's called chambray. This is just such a lovely one. It's got a beautiful trim on the sleeves here. My jewellery that I'm wearing, by the way, I've got my Monica Vinader pearl bracelet here. This is also Monica Vinader. Earrings, I'm not wearing any, whoopsie-daisy. But I do have 𝑀V Josie 20, MV for Monica Vinader, Josie 20. I think you can always use that, 20% off Monica Vinader. And then I have got this beautiful little bracelet here, which is from Gingerberry. And again, we have got a discount code for them too. So just, I love stacking up jewelry like this. And all of my rings today are actually Monica Vinader. My Ultra Human ring is charging. Might paint my nails later. I've been putting growth stuff on them for the last week or so because they needed a little break from gels. Anyway, back to the dress. So beautiful light denim-y colour, chambray I think is the right terminology, dress. There's something a little bit, I want to say prairie girl, but I don't know if that's right. I feel like I want to wear a western style cap and go like arm in arm barn dancing with someone. This one I did envision, oh my gosh, I can't talk. Envision wearing with the belt, the grapefruit belt, as it shall henceforth be known. I mean, imagine if that had fit. I don't know, yeah, I think that would have looked really nice if that had fit properly. It would have been really quite flattering. I'm having to pull it quite significantly at the back. Also a little bit annoying how much like clack is there, but yeah, I think that just would have added a really nice touch to it, but alas, it is far too big, so let's take that off. But even without the belt, the shape of the dress is really lovely. You've got pockets, which is an essential design detail. I would say this is quite a casual one for the flower show, so maybe if the weather is not super duper sunny when I'm doing the judging, this could be perfect for that, but otherwise just quite a nice relaxed one for wearing at home. It's a nice one if I'm popping out for lunch, if I need to nip to the shops. I think it's lovely. I really like the sleeve length as well. Feels quite like homemakery, very wholesome. You want to be in your kitchen doing the baking for the family in a dress like this. I'm sure you guys know the vibe that I mean. So yeah, this is really, really lovely. Okay, this is just such a nice outfit, and I think I have shown you guys this top previously. Yeah, I wore this in Evian, didn't I? I love this top, very much Hannah Adkins inspired. When we went for that lovely day together at Time, she was wearing it didn't have buttons, but a cap sleeve Ralph Lauren knitted kind of t-shirt essentially, and it looked so lovely. And when I saw this, I think I actually got this on Net-a-Porter, I thought it would look really nice, and I love the colour, super feminine. The trousers are quite tight on my tummy, but I have just had a big bowl of pasta and a big frothy oat milk coffee, so it could be that, but I might see if I can get these the next size up, even though they do have a nice bit of stretch to them. I think they could potentially be a bit more flattering if they were the size up. They have got, as I said, a really nice bit of elasticity to them, really nicely high-waisted and a lovely length. I don't know if you guys can see the length of them. If you're quite small like I am, I think I should really check, but I think I'm about 5'4". Who did I meet the other day? Oh, the lady in Butterfield Market on the Upper East Side. She said, Josie, you're so much smaller in person, and a lot of people say, whenever I meet people, they're like, oh, you're so tiny, and I am very, very small. I try to, whenever I'm filming, like the camera is here, height-wise, so it's slightly pointed upwards, which makes me maybe look a tiny bit taller. I think that's the only reason I can think of. Most content creators are quite small. Alex Cole's really tall, actually Leonora's tall, but honestly, I think everyone else is really quite small. We're all teeny people. We make up for it by being big and loud on camera. But yeah, that was such a digression. Love these trousers. I am going to see if I can get them in a bigger size, because other than the fact that they're a bit tight here, they are literally my dream summer trousers. You can tell exactly the kind of trouser that I want to be wearing right now, because these are very, very similar. These are slightly more relaxed, I would say. That white pair that I just tried on would be for slightly smarter occasions. I know they're really similar, but as I've mentioned 12 million times, this is really my first year that I'm really into denim, so I think that a lot of these denim styles most people have had in their wardrobe for years, and they've got like their favorite pair of jeans. This is a whole new territory for me, so I'm trying to find the staples. This pair I think is a size 8, whereas those ones, yeah, were a size 6. Different brands. but also these are cropped, not quite as cropped as the other ones, but again with the Ralph Lauren heels, that little bit of height boost is perfect. Nicely high-waisted, slightly off-white in the colour. I think these are cheaper than the Suzanne Le Crop, but I think they're going to be just very, very versatile. Not quite as fitted around the waist as the pair that I just tried, so I will, to be honest, I would anyway wear a belt just to cinch them in and not get that kind of point at the back. Yeah, but I love them. I think they look really nice with this top as well, so super happy with these. And then I was also on the mission to find something similar but in a darker darker colour, and I love these. I'm not sure that I squat dust. I'm not sure that I like them with the pink so much. I think with a white blouse tucked in or a blue and white shirt like the one I was wearing earlier might look better, but these are the exact same style as the ones that I just tried on. So cropped length, size 8, petite. Again, I'll leave them linked down below, but yeah, I like a dark wash. I think it is quite flattering, and I think I have now finally found my perfect jeans. Finally. It only took me 32 years. Again, a belt with these would look even nicer. Belt, white blouse. Yeah, perfect. They're quite nice. Actually, weirdly, these fit better around the back. I think they're quite nice on the bum. I like the fact that they're super high-waisted and you've got the, what's it called when you've got almost like orange stitching around the pockets. Just quite traditional denim. So yeah, really happy with these. Okay, I have to say I've really loved everything that I've tried on here. I think this has been just such a nice collection of outfits, but in terms of things that are so me, this I think is just dress perfection. This is such a nice silhouette. We've got, again, sorry about the bikini top, not the best silhouette, but we've got a knitted top to this dress and then a broderie. Why am I out of breath? Honestly, it's the upheaval of putting something on over the top of my head I find a lot harder to do than a zip up. Oh, it's got 2 layers, excuse me. It's got like a double underskirt, which is great, so you're not going to be revealing the colour of your underwear when you're walking around, which I accidentally did last night, the dress that I wore yesterday to the herd at Tottenham Manor. It was a little bit see-through. Should have worn a petticoat, but anyway. So you've got the knitted top, and then it is this broderie style skirt. So the silhouette is gorgeous. Once again, it would have been a really great contender, a fantastic contender for the belt. That actually would have been gorgeous. Like, look how nice that looks as a thick woven style belt. I think that's really beautiful, but alas, we know that that doesn't fit. It's just super comfortable if I am hosting. We've got Charlie's family coming over next week for a night, and we might go out for dinner somewhere. The weather's looking good, so this is a great dress for that, elasticated round here. My only complaint being that I did have to pull it on over my face, so I did get a little bit of my BB cream on it. But there we go, those are the pieces that arrived while I was away. I love them all. I love all of these outfits, so I was really excited to try them on and show them to you. While I've been up here, the sun's come out again, and I've just heard the washing machine ding or sing its song again for another load completed. So I'm going to go and hang the washing out, and I'm going to get into the garden. I've got lots of kind of little mini weeds starting to come up. One of you guys commented on, actually you messaged me very kindly on Instagram saying that, I think it was in the vlog 2 vlogs ago, I planted, is it called sweet woodruff, underneath one of my roses as a herb, but you guys said that it spreads like a matted ground cover, so I'm actually going to move it over to the pond because I really don't want the cut flower area to have any kind of ground cover. But speaking of the cut flower area, I've also got some poppies which are now about that big, and some cornflower which can go out, because I just want that area to be full of flowers this year. I'm also going to put some of the cornflowers over by the pond as well. That's almost where I just kind of throw stuff if I've got extra, or if like bulbs that have finished, just because if it blooms and it's a bonus. So yeah, lots of things to do. And then when I finish in the garden, I think I'm going to try doing an at-home 𝑭𝒂𝒂 manicure, because I did get on the black market, no I'm joking, but I got it on eBay, because I don't know if you're technically allowed or able to buy it unless you're a qualified nail tech, from Gel Bottle, but I found it on eBay, so I did buy my own 𝑭𝒂𝒂, and I thought, why not DIY, seeing as I don't have time to get them done professionally in the next week or so. Okay, I've done some weed clearing, and now these are my poppies. I'm going to spread these through the cut flower area, and I've got some more sweet peas here that, as you can see, are ready to go. I haven't decided where I'm going to put these yet, so I'm just going to start with my poppies. Okay, I just want to talk to you guys quickly about lavender, because some of my lavender over here I obviously trimmed, I just said, which is a combination between trimmed and pruned. I pruned it properly. This side over here, not so much. It's gone really woody, which is the sign of a badly kept lavender. So I'm very disappointed with myself. But lavender won't grow on this woodiness. So I'm going to give this quite a harsh trim now. The secret is, if you've let it get woody, you just want to make sure that you don't cut below a bit of green. So for example, down here, I can see that there's some green all the way down there. So I know that I'm safe to trim there. Do you see this bit here? A little bit of green. There was also a little bit of green there. So I've left that on, which means I can get rid of all of this woodiness, which is going to really tidy up this area. Now, not all of them am I in such luck, not all of these have got green on them, but it could come. So here again, cutting just above a bit of green, because it's just never going to look good. I was looking at some of our wedding videos and the lavender looked so good. There's a tiny bit of green there. You do have to be quite precise and do this quite manually. Thanks, Dexy. Could have strolled through my woody lavender, couldn't you, instead of my good lavender. But I think it's going to be worth putting a little bit of time in here, because this does have the potential to look amazing. You just have to be quite careful where you do it. So while I've been pruning lavender, Charlie's on the barbecue. As Em would say, char grill. What have we got, darling?
We have got some chicken thighs, lovely organic chicken thighs, that I have marinated in a barbecue marinade.
Yep.
Daylesford barbecue marinade.
Lovely.
With some garlic. We have got some baby new potatoes, a very seasonal dinner.
Look how tanned you are. That British tan.
Garlic and some thyme from the garden. We have some asparagus that's been done on the barbecue, which can be a nice bit of lemon juice. And then we've got a salad, like a tomato salad. Healthy, nutritious, and honestly everything on the big green egg just tastes amazing.
Delightful. I can smell barbecue food and I'm hoping I might get some. But I did get caught in the sprinkler. Yummy. Well, I've just had a lovely cup of lemon balm and mint tea after dinner, which was scrumptious to end the day, and that'll be literally my evening drink until probably October. November even, when we have our first frost and the mint and lemon balm dies back. It's so delicious, such a good digestion aid, and really helps you to sleep as well. I've also just gone down a little bit of a TikTok wormhole looking at lilac recipes, because I've noticed our lilac is at the perfect stage to pick. So if you've got any favourite lilac recipes, please leave them down below for me, because I want to try new things this year. I think I just did syrup and sugar last year, maybe shortbread, which I will do again. But I want to try something new. Maybe ice cream. Maybe I'm going to try lilac ice cream. I think that would be delicious. And lilac jelly, lilac jam, who knows. Anyway, I'm going to end the vlog here. We're going to go and have a Yellowstone marathon. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Thursday. Good night.